Good morning, Business 424 class, and welcome to the online version of the course. None of us expected that we'd be doing this, and we're switching gears here in the middle of the semester. But I think we figured out some ways to continue on, whether it's for another 2 weeks or however many weeks we need to do this. But I'll be posting. By the week, I'll be posting the assignments and some lecture materials that I'll cover, even though we're not together in the classroom. I'm going to use the voiceover on some slides, some PowerPoint slides. I'd mentioned this in some announcements, and hopefully you've been getting those. I've also those announcements were posted on this Canvas classroom site. I've also sent out emails, so hopefully that you are up to speed on what's going on. I wanted to talk about. I'm trying to come up with a format for how we'll do each week's class, and I'll start off with some announcements, like I kind of a usual way you start an in-class, an on-campus class. I wanted to start off by talking about why we're using Canvas as a delivery method. Late last Wednesday afternoon, all the faculty received an email from the university, from the provost, saying that we would be going to this online format for at least 2 weeks. And that each instructor was to decide on a delivery system. We had two choices. One is using Canvas, which is what we've used in our class for the last few weeks. I've posted some, as you know, I posted the syllabus on there, and I've put some other slides and some other articles and some other information on there. So we were given the choice of either using Canvas or of using Zoom. Zoom is if we were using Zoom, we would be I would be talking to all of you, and we'd all be in the same place at the same time. We'd be signed on to Zoom all at the same time. So it would be like we would sign on, I would sign on, and you would sign on at 4:50 on late Thursday afternoon. So using Zoom, as it was explained last week, Zoom is called synchronous. That means everybody is there looking at the material at the same time. We're just, it's kind of like being hooked up by I'm talking to you, or I would be talking to you on FaceTime. It's kind of works that way. And actually, you probably have more experience with Zoom. I've never used Zoom, but it would require us all to be together at the same time. My experience with teaching the late afternoon and night classes like Business 424 is that the students that are in the class are usually, many times they're working and they have other responsibilities. So my thought was, given that I had until Friday to make a decision which way to go, Canvas or Zoom, I didn't select Zoom because I anticipated that there could be some difficulty in all of us being together at the same time, signing into sort of this Zoom, which is good for meetings. If you're having a meeting, or if everybody can be signed in at the same time. So I had to make a choice between that. I picked Canvas, and one reason is that I had a little bit of experience with it. It was new to me at the beginning of the semester, but at least I had some experience, and I could get our class changed over from the face-to-face format into an online format. So that was one of the reasons I picked Canvas. The other one is that it has there's the ability to post slides and post material, and that you can look at it at various times. Later on here this morning, I'll talk about what I will be posting, and you can look at that throughout the week. Or you could look at it all on Thursday as if it's a regular class. I mentioned in one of the one of the announcements, or maybe in a couple of the announcements, it's very important that we stay in touch. If you have questions or comments, my contact information right here is roger.hutt@asu.edu. I repeat that a lot. You'll see that a lot, but I just want it to be readily available to you if you need to contact me that way. Cell phone or text. Call if you have questions, particularly if you have a last minute question or something you need a quick answer to. As you know, the cell phone and text is the best method there, and that would be 480-248-0019. A little bit of feedback for your midterm exam. So those were very interesting. I thought you did good work as a class, did good work on your answering those questions about the Emerson Brothers family-owned business, and you were able to work in some discussion of both the selling topic and the negotiating topic. So, and then the follow-up in class, I thought that went well and was very interesting in terms of the different approaches that you each added some individuality to those discussions. I'm going over those exams right now, and I will finding a way to get those back to you. I think what I'll do is go ahead and scan those, and I'll make sure you get back your own copy. And I will also go ahead and post the scores. Everybody did well. Some were a little better than others, but it was a good experience. And I think as we get closer to the final exam, you'll be asking about that. A little bit of a preview of that is that will also be written in a written format. And either this week or next week, I will post something. We'll start talking about that maybe every class session in these voice overlaid slides. We will get into that discussion of what that exam will be like, and because what I'm interested in doing is finding a way to tie together the main topics that we're dealing with. It was trying to tie selling and negotiating together. It's been an interesting experience. The more that we talk about it, the more I see it's really an interesting type of topics to put together in a course, and I'm glad we're able to work on that together this semester. What I'll be posting is on Canvas by the week. I'm going to post some lecture topics and the voiceover narrations of the PowerPoint slides. Basically, that's what I'm calling the lectures. You can click on the links in the Week 10 module for discussions of each of those topics. And so what we'll do is each week we'll have a few topics. This week, I think we're going to have 3, and I'm working on these now. I'm giving you, this is a lecture outline. This material, it will not be posted maybe it won't be posted today, but I'll start posting like the discussion of topic 10.1, which is a review of the 7-step selling process, and so on, as you see here on the slide. But I'll post those, and so we're going to call those topics 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. So that's for the week of 10. Also, one of the reasons I mention that is we're also in this week, it is chapter 10, the moment of truth, the approach. It happens to also be, the number 10, but when I say topic 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, we're speaking of week 10. So this is Monday, March 16th. I will be posting the above lectures throughout this week. They'll all be available by 12 noon on Thursday, March 19th, which would actually be the next time our class would meet, if we were to meet in person. And needless to say, we will not be meeting in person. The only way we will be in touch with each other is through is electronically. In the meantime, go ahead with the summarize and conclude assignment as you're accustomed to doing. You may submit that, and I set that up for the regular time. You were accustomed to submitting it by about 5 o'clock on Thursday. So I set that date up as well. So you go ahead and do that. You know how to do that. You've got several weeks of experience with doing that. So go ahead and submit that. You can either email that to me or upload it onto Canvas. Reason I'm giving you that option is I'm not sure of the devices that you'll be using and what will work and what won't work. I'm not exactly clear about what works and what doesn't work on your particular system. So giving you one or the other of those would work for you or should work for you. Each week I will then I'll end our sessions with an online concluding comments, and I will post those again at the end of by noon on Thursday. You'll see I'll have more comments about the final exam, and I'll have comments about that throughout the rest of the semester. We were told that this process of being online is for the next 2 weeks, and so this will work for the next 2 weeks. If after the 2 weeks, if the university goes back to the other format, of course, you will be notified, and I'll be notified. We'll all be notified together from the university. They're doing a pretty good job of getting that information out in a very timely fashion. But there'll be comments coming up in the next few weeks about the final exam, and it'll be a written type of an exercise. It will not be a multiple choice, true false kind of thing. We haven't used that in the course so far, and we won't use it in the final exam. And clearly, the best way I believe to handle the material that we're dealing with and trying to combine the topics of selling with negotiating, I think the writing that you do is probably the best learning experience for you to get a really good handle on what's going on in selling and negotiating. Once again, I'll remind you to contact me with questions or comments. Don't hesitate. Those were my phone number and email. I've already mentioned they're on they're in a lot of places. They're on the syllabus, and they're on the first slide of the set that we started talking about here. Looks like we've been talking here about almost 13 minutes now on this little course outline. So the next thing you'll see from me, at least planned message you'll see from me, will be lecture topics 10.1 that you'll be able to access from Canvas. And once again, hope you're getting you're able to get all your plans kind of shifted around so you can meet this very unusual situation that we're dealing with right now. So again, I think one of the key things is let's remain in contact. Let me know. Let's keep each other informed of what's going on. So have a great day. Have a good week. Look for more things to be posted on Canvas.